find myself reflecting very often on what is it that made me successful? Why is it that I was the one that became a millionaire by the age of 30? I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be where I am today financially, but I do find myself wondering why me, because there's so many people that have a exact same starting point as me when it comes to access to education, when it comes to access to opportunities, when it comes to a similar structure of the families that we have, when it comes to the location of the world we were born into, what was the income in the household that you were growing up in. There's so many people that were in my situation, so why me? I know a lot of people are in a position where they want to be financially independent or free or just have a little bit of extra cash. So in this video, I thought really long and hard about what is it that I think was contributing to my success in terms of finances. And so here is this video. Gondayan, my name is Cyrilla Moore and welcome to this Finance and Freedom channel. 3 things. Number 1, if you're new here, subscribe. I think you'll like it. We put out videos every Tuesday and Thursday on all things finance and freedom. Number 2, comment and like because it helps us immensely to get this message out to the world, a human right that we believe. Number 3, we have a kick-ass newsletter that I think you will love with extra information about finance and freedom. You can find the link in the bio to that. Also, we are very excited to announce that we have just pre-launched the sale of a membership and course on all things finance and freedom. Surprise, surprise. Right now we have a huge discount running for lifetime access to this information. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in bio for more information. So many people come from nothing and they make their life extraordinary. This is actually quite a common case. 79% of millionaires are self-made. So there is something about them. Either, is it luck? Is it just luck? I can only speak for myself because I'm only living my own life. These are the ones that I've compiled together that I've found to be immensely important on my own journey to financial freedom. Number 1, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Oh, I just got goosebumps. This one is so important to me. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I learned this principle once and it hurt so much when I initially heard it. I was like, that's brutal. That's way too intense. But then I thought about it and I started assessing my friendship group. Some of them in different friendship groups were just bitching and gossiping. And I realized that's not going to get you anywhere. This is not what I want. I love discussing ideas. So I use this saying as a guide point as to how I'm doing in life. Am I bitching about people? That means that I'm not in my highest good. I'm not trying to bring my best foot forward. When I'm in a constant flow of discussing ideas with people and wanting to make great change, find solutions to problems, I know I'm at my absolute best. And I want to be aspiring to be my absolute best at all times because I want to give my best to the world. So I don't like discussing people. I really don't. I shy away from it. Sometimes I'll catch myself. Don't worry. It happens every now and again. But I quickly remember the saying and then I go back and figure out how to avoid that topic. If you can't escape some of your friends that are constantly gossiping, you might have to find new friends. It's okay to be lonely for a while until you find people that are different and are on the path in order to get you to where you want to be. It is hard culling people out of your life that are meant to be your best friends, that you just see no progress or no future with and you don't want to be like them. It's so hard, especially if they're a lifelong friend, for example. But you just, you either slowly take them out of your life or painstakingly just be like, sorry, this isn't working for me anymore. And it's like, grieving process because you're losing someone really important from your life. Or whenever you see this person, if you have to see them, if you want to keep them in your life, just always try to steer the conversation back from away from that in a nice, gentle, loving way. They want to start gossiping about people. Hey, I just thought of this idea. Wouldn't it be cool if, and just see what happens. See if you can guide them along, but also know that whatever energy you're putting out there, if it's not being reciprocated, it's draining you. So you also want to be around people that discuss ideas because it's going to uplift you and give you even more beautiful ideas that you can contribute to the world. Number 2, every issue is a problem to be solved. This is the entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurs are problem solvers. They look at the world and try to figure out what is it that they can change, how they can improve it. And this is absolutely a habit that you can develop for yourself. Instead of discussing people, discuss ideas. If you see something that you really don't like, don't spend your time bitching about it. Figure out what is it that you would do different and how. Don't just say, oh, I wish that they did this differently. How? And eventually when you do this enough, you will come across something that you just cannot let go of, an idea that just infuriates you and eats up at your mind, and you have to take action on this. And this is how entrepreneurs and business people are created. They find a problem that they cannot stand that is not being solved, and they create the solution. Switch your mind into the entrepreneurial mindset. You don't have to act on it at all times, obviously, but try to make your habit of finding a solution instead of just bitching about it. Number 3, watch what you consume. consume for the mind and the body. Let's start with the mind. There's a book called Rich Habits by Tom Corley. According to this book, 67% of rich people actually spend less than an hour a day watching TV. And when I say TV, we're obviously all talking about also Netflix and YouTube. While financially poor people, they spend an average of 3 to 4.5 hours a day watching TV. Furthermore, the financially rich people spend 6% of their time watching reality TV, whereas the financially poor people spend 78% of the time digesting reality TV. I don't watch TV, I don't watch Netflix. I will watch an occasional movie every now and again to try to get some inspiration. I have tried so hard to get into this world because everybody's like, it's so much fun. I don't see it's as fun. It's just not fun to me. Yes, I consume social media. Yes, I have some problems sometimes, but I try to consume as much as possible people that inspire me, people that uplift me. You want to consume things that are going to fill your brain with beautiful things and ideas and ways to improve the world. So much fear is now gripping us when it comes to anything online. If you look at all the Marvel comics, everything is just like pew, 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 death, death, fear, fear, death, death. It's like so intense. There's studies that show that if you are visualizing something in your mind, the brain can't distinguish it from reality. So if you're watching a movie about death or fear or just like BS that is filled with nothing but gossip, your brain thinks that's actually happening. So it's becoming part of you. This is your reality that you're creating. So you have to be so careful about what you consume. If you don't like following someone that because they make you feel bad about your existence, unfollow them. And then obviously food. I don't have to tell you that junk food is not good for you. Reason I eat quite healthy most of the time, mostly for my emotional well-being, because my mind is so affected by what I eat. If I eat the wrong foods, if I drink sugary things, if I eat anything that's gonna take my blood sugar level in weird directions, my mind suffers greatly from that. And that's probably the number one reason I eat healthy. Obviously, I'm not giving you nutritional advice. Obviously, I don't know your budget, so just be as healthy as possible that you can be. Number 4, have role models and or mentors. You want to look at people that are doing or living the life that you want to be living. Sometimes you can't have direct access to these mentors, and that's okay. You look at people online, you study what they do, and so you aspire to be those people. And then hopefully over time, you can also start identifying people in your local community that are doing great things and ask them, how did you do that? And these people are gonna probably, if you come across it in the right way, they're gonna be like, hey, let me take you in. Let me show you what I do because I see some potential in you. Most of my role models, they're often women 10 years ahead of me that I just click instantly. I'm like, you are just so interesting for me. You live a life that I am hoping to live 10 years ahead. Role models are so important because they're gonna uplift you and answer questions for you when you are stuck and you need to get out, and when you're surrounded by people, negative Nancys, and this person is gonna be the one that's gonna get you out of that darkness. So find role models and mentors. Make finance a priority. You already know the statistic that most professional athletes that have made it a few years after they are done with their career, they have nothing. Why? Because they don't have the financial habits behind them. So when I talk about make finance a priority, you need to learn about it for sure. You need to take the time to really learn about it. Address the things about your psyche that is telling you that money might not be the right thing. I don't deserve to have a lot of money. Money is the root of all evil. There is a lot of stories that you probably have around finance. So you need to address that about yourself. Then you need to watch your language around finances. This is one of the easiest things you can do, but so many people that are in a really dire situation, they feel poor and they reinforce it so much with their language. So they talk about money so horribly. They talk about how it's evil, but more so about, I can't afford this. I don't have the money. You can. I don't. This is too expensive. I can't have this. There is just so much around the language that you use that is programming you to believe that money's not going to come to you. Money wants to come to someone that respects it. You can be, of course, realistic and say, I choose not to purchase this item because I have priorities right now to save money. That is a very different language to I can't afford it. Your brain just hears I can't, because we have so many stimuli coming into our brain every single day, and your brain is focusing and filtering everything out according to what your thoughts are. So if your thoughts are I can't, it's going to give you more of I can't. If you're thinking I can and opportunities, it's going to give you more of that. And then obviously when it comes to financial understanding, you need to understand how money works. You need to understand how to structure it properly. You need to save a cushion for yourself as soon as possible, 3 to 6 months of expenses that you never touch, and just watch what happens to your internal state when you have this cushion behind you of the 3 to 6 months of expenses. you relax and you can think more clearly. So you need to learn to make financial understanding a priority in your life, because whatever you focus on, you attract more of. Have a mindfulness practice. The almighty Tim Ferriss that so many people look up to, entrepreneurs like myself. I read his book when I was super young, changed my life. He spends most of his time now around successful people, interviewing successful people. Found that 90% of people that are successful have some sort of a mindfulness practice. I will admit that in my 20s, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was the most mindful person. I have actually meditated for about 10 years now. I don't think I've ever done meditation very well. I've definitely resisted it. So if you're someone like me and you find it very hard to switch off, then you need to force yourself into these switch off moments. And I found that through going to Vipassana, 10-day silent meditation retreats. The reason why mindfulness practices are so important is because you can't let anything into your mind when it's so cluttered with everything. And as entrepreneurs, we're waiting for that golden idea to come to us in order to execute this. The next steps of how to move in a very challenging situation. We can't come up with these situations if our brain is already cluttered. So that is why you need to have mindfulness practices of some sort. Now I do breath work. It is awesome. I finally found something that works for me. But for you, it could be ecstatic dance. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's cold therapy, hot saunas, or meditation. Whatever it is for you, you need to find that moment where you can have silence throughout the day, because those are the moments where you are ready to receive the information that divinity is waiting to give you. Number 7, push your comfort zone regularly. I'm gonna say that this was one of the most important things I did in my youth and in my 20s, actually, before I became a business owner and successful entrepreneur. I did so many things that were uncomfortable, like cringe-worthy things. I've done the challenge of lying down in a really busy area. This was awkward, but it's so much fun as well. So just doing things that are just pushing you outside of your comfort zone. And I can tell you for sure, the more you think about something without taking action, the harder it's gonna become, because it becomes this huge thing in your head that you cannot tackle. Every single day that you push something off and you don't do it, it's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger in your mind until it's like, I don't want to do it anyway, not interested. But if the thought comes into you, you're like, oh, I should do this, do it. Stop, override yourself from, I can't, just do it. Just do it, see what happens. Because it's gonna help you strengthen the muscle of what it feels like to be embarrassed. Because whenever you're pushing yourself in out of your comfort zone, you're stumbling, you're awkward. It's uncomfortable to watch from the outside perspective, so you are gonna be judged. But you have to be okay with being judged. If you wanna be financially free, you have to do certain things that are not comfortable and they look awkward and people are gonna judge you, but you have to be okay with that because your life is your own and you wanna make it work for you. Whatever it is that scares you the most, I highly recommend that you go for that, because there's something on the other side of that extreme fear of doing that thing that is going to give you the biggest and greatest rewards. Fall in love with failure. Now, this is definitely piggybacking off what I just said. Failure is part of this wealth. It is part of becoming financially free. You need to learn to fail and be okay with it, because as I said, it's embarrassing. Everybody's watching. But as I said in my previous video, I really think that people judge you because they are just jealous. Lots of people want to be able to break out of their current situation that they're in. They don't like something around them. They want to change, but they're so embarrassed of the fear of what's going to happen if they try. Trying and failing is embarrassing. Failure means you're progressing. You literally cannot get better at a skill or anything in life if you do not fail. And I'm just gonna say it, I would much rather be friends with someone that is constantly failing and trying to clear themselves of a situation that they don't like, that they don't wanna be in, rather than sitting on the sidelines and being friends with that bitchy group that is just laughing and judging someone else for trying. Obviously, this is a passionate spot for me because I have been there. I have had people judge me and laugh at me. I was that awkward kid that people were like, holy shit, what's Sorrel doing now? Now you have no idea how nice these people are to me. Oh my God, Sorrel, I can't believe how well you've done by yourself. It's so inspiring to see. Why didn't you talk to me in high school? Why didn't you talk to me at university? Why did you judge me so harshly? Sure, you were the popular cool kid at that time, and you judged the shit out of me because I was daring to step outside of the norm and just try, because I really wanted my situation to change. I really never wanted to go back into being poor the way that we experienced it in my childhood. I really didn't want a life where I had to sit behind a computer and work for someone else. I wanted a life where I was free to do what I wanted to do. And yes, it was awkward. Yes, you can laugh about it, but I'm the one that's free now. Thank you for laughing at it. Thank you for giving me the fuel, because it made me have to believe in myself, because I couldn't rely on anybody else's exterior influence or these friends. Luckily, I did have, my parents, my support group. Finding a support group that think like you is definitely important, because you are going to encounter these people that just want to tear you down. So fall in love with failure and surround yourself with great people. That is it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed this video, just breaking this down. Hopefully it was inspiring to you in some way. If it was, please comment down below, let me know what was your favorite part of of the video. What was your favorite habit? Do you think this is realistic for yourself? Do you see yourself breaking out of your current situation and into this new situation? Do you believe in yourself? What is it that you can do in order to believe in yourself? And definitely, if you're interested in finding out more about the course and membership, link in bio for that. And I will see you in the next one.